you know,
paint the picture.
Machine that eats and
shrieking harridan.
Yeah.
What's your poem about, buddy?
Hey, man, you know, here's a little joke I thought of.
All right, set up the poem with a joke. Get our palette ready.
No, it's just coming across the customs, you know?
Yeah.
And they asked to see my ID. Mm-hmm. And it occurred to me that ID is a very odd short form for that word, because I stands for I, mm-hmm. and then D stands for identification.
So they've asked the D to carry the main crux of the word.
Exactly.
It seems like an inequitous split of the foot-pounds needed to convey that word. I always thought that I am Pei, the architect, had the easiest autograph, because literally it was simultaneously his name and a proclamation. I am Pei.
I am Pei?
Mm-hmm. Do you know I am Pei?
Yeah, but I don't get the Pei part.
His last name is Pei.
No, I know.
So when people would say, can I have your autograph, he would write, I am Pei, which was his name, and also his proclamation to the world who he was. I am Pei.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. You think that up?
Yeah, I probably wish I hadn't, but I did.
Oh, man, that's cool.
You know, he did the CAA building.
I am Pei did CAA? This is like
that the poem you heard?
Johnny Carson, Jack Webb bit.
Jack Webb. I used to love Jack because he would he gave no allowance to the audience for them putting anything together. He would always break the show down in 2-minute increments on Dragnet. 8:48, my partner Bill Gannon and I entered the coffee lounge. 8:49, we had a cup of coffee. He kept everybody on the same page because he knew the crowd would get unruly and Day of the Locust-like if left to their own devices. Yeah, we laughed.
Yeah, it's not easy being a cop, though.
No.
You walk into a room and everybody looks at you. You're the fuzz, John Law. That's what he told. That's what he told Kent McCord.
Yeah, young Kent McCord on Adam 12.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, as the poem goes, mm-hmm. It's not a happy poem, Dennis.
I didn't ask for a happy poem. I asked for your feelings conveyed through rhyming couplets.
Hey, listen, man. I hear you're having more trouble with your cans than Mamie Van Doren.
Cans being inside radio business for my headphones. I love it when you talk hip, Norm. You're like Wolfman Jack. Hey, Bobby, get in here. My cans aren't working. This is Starship.
Hey, you ever hear that story about Blake? You know Blake Clark,
mm-hmm.
the comedian.
Great comedian.
Yeah, he's a great comedian, but he does a perfect Wolfman Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So he's telling me, like, one time he was in this movie theater, mm-hmm. and he was sitting there, and right before the movie starts, Wolfman Jack walks in with his wife, right? Mm-hmm. He's got a big fur coat on and everything, so everyone in the theater's like, oh my God, it's Wolfman Jack, you know? They're all like impressed and everything. So then when the movie starts, Blake Clark starts going, oh, man, I like this movie. I can't do Blake Clark.
Everybody thought it was the wolf.
Yeah, everyone thought the Wolfman was just going to yell the whole movie.
Do you know the science fiction writer Harlan Ellison? Have you ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah, Boy and His Dog.
Yes, well, he was sitting in a movie theater once when he had no money. He used to go to Manhattan matinees and sit there and watch 8 hours worth of movies just to stay warm. He said he was sitting in the second row of the balcony, and in the first row was this shrieking idiot who would scream at the screen. It was a bit nuts. And behind him, around 4 rows back, halfway through the second movie, like 3 hours in, he heard the guy say, shut the F up. And the guy in front just kept yapping and yapping, and he said, one more time, I'm telling you, shut up. And the guy keeps yapping and yapping. And all of a sudden, Ellison said, I'm sitting on the aisle, and I feel this whoosh go by my right shoulder, pick the man up in the front row and throw him over his head, over the side of the railing. I hear a savage crunch downstairs. There's nobody else down there. And the seat goes back. He said, for the next 4 hours, I'm just frozen looking at the screen. He said, I finally had summoned the courage to turn around, and the guy is gone. Now, that'll make you a science fiction writer right there.
Yeah, man. I love that Harlan Ellison. I'll tell you, though, something about that Harlan Ellison.
Tell me about it.
I mean, he's won more Hugos than anybody, but I hear he's fruitier than Carmen Miranda's hat.
I did not know that. Does that color his art for you?
No, not at all, man. It makes it better. It makes it a lot better. Makes it a lot better, actually.
Sure, it does. What about the poem?
No, I'm not outing him or anything.
No, of course not.
No, he's
No, nobody would misinterpret you saying he's fruitier than Carmen Miranda's hat as some effort to out him.
No, he said it himself.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so everything's cool.
All right.
No, that guy's a great writer, man.
Are you gay?
Interview him?
Norm, are you gay?
Am I gay?
Yeah.
Well, listen. Let me put it to you this way. No, I'm not gay. Sometimes I make a joke and then...
But in a perfect world, Norm, would you be gay?
All things being considered. Give me the damn poem, Norm. You're making me take it out of your mouth like Olivier in Marathon. Give me the damn poem.
No, the poem. The thing is, my dog died last Thursday.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, man. And so I've spent many a sleepless night, and last night I decided to put pen to paper.
Right, as a catharsis.
And get my thoughts out about my dog, my old dog, Bo. So, you want to hear the poem?
Yes.
Okay, here it is. He never came to me when I would call, unless I had a tennis ball or he felt like it. But mostly he didn't come at all. I mean, there were problems when he was young. He never learned to heel or sit or stay. He did things his way. The young folks say, Dennis, I guess discipline was not his bag. But when you were with him, things sure didn't drag. He'd dig up a rose bush just to spite me. And then when I'd grab him, he'd turn and bite me. I mean, I was scared. Man, he bit a lot of folks from day to day. The delivery boy was his favorite prey. Man, he tore the hell out of that kid. The gas man wouldn't even read our meter. He said I owned a real man-eater. God, how I wish I'd listened to that gas man. You're not going to believe this, but he set the house on fire. Look, the story's too long to tell. Suffice to say that he survived, but the house was a smoldering hell. On the evening walks, and Gloria took him. That's my wife. That's my wife, Dennis, Gloria. He was always the first out the door. The old one and I brought up the rear. That's what I call my wife, the old one. Why I married an old woman, I have no idea. But anyways, the old one and I brought up the rear because our bones were sore. Probably because that dog would chew on the bones of our legs every cursed day. He would charge up the street with Mom hanging on. Boy, what a beautiful pair they made. And if it was still light and the tourists were out, they created a bit of a stir. And by stir, I mean countless lawsuits. But every once in a while, he'd stop in his tracks and with a frown on his face, look around. It was just to make sure that the old one, that's my wife, was there and would follow where he was bound. And we knew damn well enough to follow, I'll tell you that. We're early to bedders at our house, Dennis. I guess I'm the first to retire. I like to get to sleep before the old one clambers into bed. And as I'd leave the room, he'd look at me and get up from his place by the fire. God, he loved that fire. He'd stare at it for hours. It was like he was getting messages from it. He knew where the tennis balls were upstairs, and I'd give him one for a while. He'd push it under the bed with his nose, and I'd fish it out with a smile, a nervous smile. And before very long, he'd tire of the ball and be asleep in his corner in no time at all. By the fire! And there were nights when I'd feel him climb on our bed and lie between us. And I don't know what to do.
Dennis Miller Show. All right, I wanted to come back with Norm, but I guess we didn't.
I'm here, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to come back and wrap the poem up.
I'm wrapping it up right now.
Christian.
Ready?
Go ahead.
And now, God forgive me for saying this, he's finally dead. But there are nights when I swear I feel him climb on our bed and lie between us. And there are nights when I think I feel that god-awful stare, and I reach out my hand to stroke his hair, but he's not there. The old one thinks he lives in the fire and comes out at dark. Oh, I wish that wasn't so. I'll always fear a dog named Bo.
Norm, that was beautiful. Now let me ask you this: was there ever really a dog named Bo?
No, I stole it off Jimmy Stewart.
This is the Dennis. All right, Christian, do we have
Norm is with us, yes.
Norm, and what anything you want to tell me about Norm's segment this week? Is there anything he wants to talk about?
What he said to me is, what we're not going to do is, I'm not going to read a poem.
I love that poem, by the way.
Me too.
Norman.
Hey, Dennis, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I have to apologize for that fiasco last week.
I liked the poem. Why would you apologize? I liked you more existential.
Oh, man. I guess it was just too long. It was like, turned out to be...
No. Just forget the fact that Alfred Lord Tennyson called halfway through and said, is this ever going to end? Forget that.
Exactly. I'm going to leave the rhyming to the Lily Sobieski from now on.
It's funny.
And we're off.
I don't even know what that means.
What's up, Normie?
But I remember, I realized something. My problem with the segment is that I've been waking up about 5 seconds before I go on the air.
Mm-hmm.
So today I got up a couple hours ago and made myself a big, healthy breakfast.
What'd you have?
What I have?
Yeah,
I had 6 farm fresh eggs, half a rasher of bacon, and a pot of piping hot coffee.
So you're kind of drowsy.
Hey, Sal, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
A half a rasher. God, you make me laugh, Norm. And what has the healthy breakfast yielded you in the way of insights into the world?
Oh, I was just listening to that. You were talking about Mitt Romney and that speech he gave.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, like he got a really good response from the crowd, but apparently 10,000 of them were his wives.
All right, just flicking the jab here. We're getting out of the blocks.
Yeah, that's all it is. No, I've been scouring the newspaper trying to be more of a more topical.
Sure, up to the moment.
And so I've come up with a couple of things.
Boy, I can't wait.
Well, they mentioned that Oprah Winfrey, is crisscrossing the country with, she's making personal appearances to raise money for Barack.
All right.
And she says if that doesn't work out, she'll just give him $1 billion.
And still have a little left over for a nice healthy breakfast, the 6 farm fresh eggs and a half a rasher.
Oh, Osama bin Laden?
What's up with him? How's he doing in the polls?
The guy released another tape to recruit young Muslims to fight and die for Islam, and I don't know, I think he's serious this time because apparently he's tossing in a pair of tickets to Hannah, Montana.
Which is a big enticement to the kids today.
Yeah, for the young
the young crazy Islamicist who has access to the Disney Channel.
Exactly. I don't know what else.
No, you don't have to hit jokes.
Ted Kennedy is getting $8 million for writing his life story.
I saw that.
I hope this doesn't give him a big head. He has that giant, big red head.
I know his head is second only to Will Durst's in total cubic space.
You've been great. I've been Durst.
We're talking about a comedian in the Bay Area, quite a actually perceptive political observer, but he did have a big Macy's balloon type dome, and that was how he ended his act. You've been great. I've been Seacrest.
I haven't seen a melon that big since I can't think of anything.
I haven't seen a melon that big since the 4-H fair at Chernobyl.
Yeah.
How's that?
Man.
I'm just knocking it off.
I don't know how you do that.
It's easy when it's not funny.
Oh, they did ask Kennedy in that book. They said if he was going to address the subject of Chappaquiddick,
right?
Because that's obviously a big part of his life, and he said we'll crash off that bridge when we come.
Oh, I love Chappaquiddick.
Hey, now, Norm.
Yeah.
I was watching a commercial over the weekend for a phone company, and there's these little creatures, and is it you and Steve Buscemi voicing the creatures?
Yeah. I always wanted to work with a serious actor.
What do you play in that commercial? It's a little...
I don't know why they they got it, but I play like a child gingerbread man, and Steve Buscemi plays my father.
It's sort of like a confectionery at close range. Where you...
Yes, exactly. The coolest commercial was that one you did, where it was for Miller beer, and all you had to do was go like, just a matter of time, right?
Yeah, they had this. It was a very glassy floor, and there was something in the background that was blacked out. I walk out very slowly. It was a 30-second commercial. I saunter across the stage. I've got a nice suit on. You hear clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. I stand there in the middle. I hit a button in my hand, and this huge marquee-like lighting lights up behind me that says Miller Genuine Draft. And then I look at the camera and go, "Oh, I knew they'd call." That was an easy one.
That's an easy one. I had one funny commercial that I did for beer, and it was really funny. It was for Miller. I don't know what it was for. But I suppose it was for Miller Lite.
Yes.
And then, so I'm at a party, and a guy comes to the door, and I go, "Hey, man, did you get the beer?" And he goes, "Yeah, I got Budweiser." And then I go, "Budweiser sucks." That was really funny. So then we go to shoot it, and there's all these executives around, like the guys that own the beer company, and then they freak out the last second. They're like, "We can't say that about Budweiser, you know. You're gonna have to change the copy." So they say to this kid so he has to change it like immediately, you know. So anyways, it turned out to be the guy comes. He goes, "I got some Budweiser," and I go, He goes, "I got some Miller Lite," and I go, "Great, come on in," you know, like that's the.
That was the option.
Yeah, that's the option. And then so they never aired it, but they cut me a giant check.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Norm? That's the whole thing about ads that I've noticed, that you have a lot of creative people who want to run right up to the shoreline of naughtiness and put their toe in, but then at the end of the day, they're being paid by some town elder somewhere out in the Midwest who owns the company. So they do one for themselves, then they do the actual one, and the funny, cranky one never makes the air. Never, ever makes the air. But you're right, at the end of the day, more zeros than the Japanese Air Force on the end of that check, my friend. And I bring that up only because it's Pearl Harbor Day. You were just in Hawaii. Have any particular reflections on Pearl or Hawaii or anything other than that?
Well, Hawaii... I don't know. I've noticed one thing, because I was there with a large group of people, and boy...
Wait a second. What's that about? Mary Kay reps? What were you doing there with a large group of people?
Well, I brought my son,
right.
Simon, who was known as Peter. And, I brought the wife Gertrude, and then a whole...
The old one, as you say.
What?
In the poem, you referred to your wife as the old one. Have you forgotten the poem?
Oh, yeah, well, she is a little long in the tooth. I mean, good Lord. The problem is, when I was a young man, I had a thing for older women.
Right.
I happened to marry Gertrude, and, now as I reach my mid-40s, good Lord, I'm not one to break vows, but I'm waiting for that till death do us part.
So you go over with a group of people to Hawaii. What did you notice in Hawaii? What was your perception?
Well, I noticed, first of all, that Gertrude loves sunsets. And all the group of us would go and watch a sunset every evening, and I just don't like them.
No.
Like, to me, beauty is like the nape of a young girl's neck.
Right.
But, you don't want to bring that up to Gertrude.
No, you don't want to ask your wife and the group to go out at 6:30 at night and look at the nape of
Good God, and one time I woke up in the middle of the night in Hawaii beside this ghastly woman, and I swear to God, it looked like, in the light, it looked like I was sleeping with Burt Mustin. I mean, she's
Burt Mustin, by the way, made Conan look like somebody Cher was dating. He was the oldest man on the planet Earth, one of Johnny Carson's favorite guests. Norm, I'm up against a commercial break. I could listen to you recount all day, but I've got to pay some bills. Thank you, my friend. This is the Dennis Miller.
Hey, Dad, I really want a Go phone this year.
Oh, I want people to stop eating my house, but that ain't gonna happen. Besides, you'll run up a huge bill.
No, I won't. It has unlimited talk and unlimited text.
I'm just yanking your chain, son. Ho, ho, ho.
Sweet.
Oh, come on, man. It's the holidays.
Norman Buscemi as gingerbread men in the commercial.
Gold.
Did you hear Norm's voice? He sounded like it was like one of those POWs where they have a gun to your head and they say, "Read this."
I don't want to read this.
No, I'm not going to get Norm in that trouble. I think Spade went on the Tonight Show one night and deliberately, as part of a joke, was vague about which phone company he worked for.
Right.
I think it cost him some large coins, so I don't want to put Norm in that same corner. Norm loved doing the commercial. What was the commercial for, as a matter of fact?
Oh, it's for a Go phone. I'm on one right now. How do I sound?
Oh, this sounds unbelievable. This is the Go phone?
Yeah, it's crystal clear.
Do I do a phone commercial, Christian, in any way?
Not yet, but hopefully starting now.
It's as clear as Lake Tahoe.
Storm and Norman, good to hear from you. You all pumped up for the holidays, friend?
Oh yeah, man! I got my tree up.
You like Christmas?
Christmas?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the birthday of my Lord and Savior. I guess I like it.
I didn't mean to pry. It was just more of a conversation.
That was kind of testy.
Oh, by the way, Mitt Romney, not Mitt Romney, but Huckabee this week got the endorsement of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So that'll bump him up in the polls a little.
Well, that'll give him a few points. Sure. Who you voting for, Normie? Who do you like?
I like Giuliani because I always liked him when I was in New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ran a nice ship, right?
Yeah, I liked, a lot of people were like, he took the character out of Times Square, but I remember that Times Square, man. The character was a bunch of junkies and whores, and then serial killers prowling around arcades. I mean, that ain't exactly Hooterville. You know? But then he did those quality of life laws that reduced the crime like crazy.
Look at you, Norm. You know stuff. You always play like you don't know, but you're pretty smart.
I just remember Giuliani came to host, and I was like, I just want to thank you for what you did for the city, and everyone else hated me there.
Nah, you were a popular cast. Hey, by the way, I was out on the road the other day, and I mentioned that somebody asked me from the crowd who my favorite host was of Weekend Update, and I brought you up, and you got a nice huzzah from the crowd. So people, well, you know what was important up there, Norm. I don't know if you thought this, but I always thought some sort of vaguely inferred indifference to what you were doing mattered up there. They didn't want you to be too eager a beaver. They wanted you to sort of look like it was a throwaway, and that's the vibe I always got from you. You were great at it, but it wasn't the end of the world, was it?
No, I kind of patterned myself after you.
Beyond insouciant into downright derelict of duty at some point. Now, what do you got? You got any joke? The writer strike's still on. You've been going into the joke vault, or what are you doing? What do you want to talk about today? I leave it up to you.
Well, a fellow broadcaster has come back, Mr. Don Imus, and I saw a picture of his. He's got a black female sidekick.
Yes. And
I saw a picture of her. He could be in a little trouble. The Iron Man could be a little trouble.
Why is that?
She has really odd-looking hair, and she's a prostitute.
There might be a built-in problem there.
And Isaiah Thomas got in trouble.
Yeah.
And he had to pay $11 million to this lady, who I also saw a picture of. And she wasn't easy on the eyes. Let's put it that way. But in layman's terms, I mean, all these things, all this legal mumbo-jumbo, it comes down to he has to pay $11 million for not having sex with an ugly bride.
Boy, that is draconian, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
The very definition of draconian.
I mean, I think Magic Johnson could sue him if he used to kiss him.
You can get a little piece of that. You're right. I would get in there early.
Yeah.
What else have you been noticing? What else has caught your attention?
What else is going on in the news?
I don't know. They've had these debates. What'd you make of that woman holding the debates, the schoolmarm chick? Did you see her at all?
What did she do?
Yeah, they had some woman who was moderating both debates the last couple of days, little Iowa woman, little strident, reminded me of Edie McClurg's character in Many a Flick. I was wondering if you'd seen her. Did you watch any of the debates?
No, I didn't watch them. That's when Rhoda's on.
What was Rhoda's boyfriend's name? Joe something or other.
Joe, yeah.
Yeah, he was Barry Newman look-alike, I forget.
Oh, man. That guy was great. You're talking about old David Grohl.
David Grohl.
Yeah,
no, Dave Grohl was the rocker. We're talking about David Groh.
Yeah, Groh.
Yeah. Well, all of a sudden, Sal's, Boswell to his Sam Johnson. If I'd asked you a few seconds ago, you had no idea until Norm bailed us out and put us on the trail. All of a sudden, you're his official biographer.
No, that'd be a short biography.
Oh, what? Hey.
Don't come down on Norm's guy. What did you like about David Groh? His arms?
Yeah, that guy had bigger guns than Jesse James. I don't know if Jesse James had big guns, but yeah, I know he carried a couple of guns. I just saw that movie, The Assassination of Jesse James. That was incredible.
By the coward something or other, right?
The coward Robert Ford.
And how was Brad Pitt? Was he good?
He was fantastic. I mean, I can't believe that movie's not going to win an Oscar.
Wow, the title's too long for them to put on the nomination form. But listen, I got to tell you this real quickly. You know how they send DVDs out if you're in one of the guilds to vote on?
Yeah.
Very clever thing that I think it's Paramount, or I'm trying to remember who made that film. They sent me out one of those little pickles that you stick in the side of your computer, whatever they're called, information things, and it had 4 films on it. So I've got this little thing I'm carrying around in my pocket. One of them is that the assassination of Jesse James. One's called The Bucket Club. One's Michael Clayton, and there's a 4th film on there. They send you 4 films on this little keychain. Isn't that a cool idea?
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's all on a pickle.
Well, I don't know what to call it. When I bought one, what are they called, Chris?
Flash drive.
Flash drive. You know, a little flash drive?
Oh, you're talking about a pickle.
Well, I didn't mean to say the actual format was gherkin-esque. I was saying that it was. Forget what I was saying. I forgot. You either do the ethereal or the literal. There's no mid-ground with you.
No, I know the flash drive. Yeah. You put it in your computer,
right?
And you can see 4 motion pictures. So what? So, but that's not nominated, is it? Or they haven't announced them yet? Oh, they can announce them because they have a writer's strike.
Why don't we just concede we've reached an impasse here? Is there anything to be wrenched out of this chamois at this point? What are you doing today? Now, what do you got planned today? I always like to hear about your day because it's sort of, you're like Doctor Strange, the old Marvel comic character. You just levitate through your day and see all.
Well, I'm on a fitness kick. I was in Santa Barbara. Actually, I was in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, you were up here doing my sports show.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Thank you, Norm. That was nice of you to come up, and the people loved you.
And I loved that place. And the hotel that you kindly got me was right on the beach. So I was running on the beach in my bare feet, and now I'm into a complete running in my bare feet thing.
Mm-hmm. It only works at the beach, though. Where else have you tried it?
I tried on my track, but I hurt my foot.
Yeah. Well, the track is rougher than the sand. You understand.
Yeah.
No, if you live near a landfill, also don't try it there. Because I know you like things in one medium. You like the feel of the ped on the sand, and you try to translate to other areas. But say, for instance, you're going near Haleakala in the next few days. Also, don't try it there. It'll hurt your feet. You're like my older son. I feel like I have to caution you.
Man, I was talking to one of the writers yesterday on that stupid ticket line.
Yeah. Oh, you were picking it.
By the way, that thing's very close to never ending.
Right on the cusp of being eternal.
Yeah. General Electric ain't losing any sleep.
No, and what this writer on the line said?
I was talking to him. He's a former comedian. We were talking about gigs, when we started out doing comedy. And I'm sure we've all had them, But I was remembering this one that maybe I'd share with you.
Tell me.
Well, there was this booker that remained nameless, but when I first got to L.A., he'd send me out on these gigs, and he had one that was paid like $50, and it was a hospital, So I'm like, I don't really want to play a hospital, but I guess it's a good thing to do in life,
Right. Even
something that my Lord and Savior might do, if he was a stand-up.
Sure.
I always ask, what would Jesus Christ do?
Exactly.
In my situation, and I try to do that.
Well, Jesus would have done it, and he would have stayed to his time.
So I go there, and I get the directions and everything, and this guy drives me up there, and when I get close to the hospital, there's all this barbed wire and stuff, and there's security guards with guns. And so anyways, it turns out it's a hospital for the criminally insane. So I'm like,
your core demo.
So So I was like, oh God, like I had to, because I was thinking about my jokes were kind of geared towards the terminally ill,
You put together that chunk,
Yeah.
the euthanasia chunk, and here you were dealing with the actively psychotic.
Exactly. So the hospice set wasn't going to work. I knew that. So I get in, and then also I'm going like, I don't even know if these people deserve a show. They're criminally insane. And so I go, well, where do I perform? They have a theater in the hospital. So
every single seat looks like the booth where Lincoln was shot. So anyway, you commenced
the guy says to me backstage, he goes, last week we had the Gatlin brothers.
All the locals thought they invented the gun, the same name.
So I get out there, and it's only about 80 people,
Right.
And it's like I didn't even draw the whole joint, And so I get out there, and they're muttering to each other, and a couple of them are shambling down the aisles from time to time, And so I'm walking towards the mic, and as I'm walking towards the mic, before I even say a word, I just hear, nice shoes, faggot!
Oh, Norman. How much more is this story? I'm up against a break here. What do you got?
It's over. I just went out on stage. I said like 2 words, and another guy said, Leon's right, that's a faggot-ass shoe. And then I left because I was the only guy that could leave.
Oh, Norm, you are a beautiful piece of work, my friend. You blow out my complete psyche every week. I feel like I've taken a good nose blow or something because you shake my frontal lobes up. We appreciate it, brother. Have a Merry... Well, I'll talk to you before Christmas, but God, you're a funny man. Dennis... And I am lucky to have a gift under my audio tree right now. My soulmate, Stormin' Norman Macdonald. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Oh, hey, Dennis. I like that book that you were talking about.
What's that? The Tasha's book.
Dino.
Yeah, it's a great book. Great book. What are your Christmas plans, my friend? You want to talk holidays?
My Christmas plans?
Yeah.
Well, I'm scrambling to get presents for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing. No, I got. Let me think for a second. Oh, I got my Mexican gardener. I didn't know what to get him, so I think I'm going to let him steal my identity.
Norm, that's the single funniest thing you've ever said on the show. Well, that's nice.
I try to get like cooler kind of presents, like I think I got my youngest son D'Artagnan. I've been looking for a present for him, and everybody's trying to get the Madden 08.
Right.
I don't want to be like everybody else. I went to my favorite place, eBay,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a nice little collectible, very valuable. It's a Miller 01.
My first year of Monday Night Football.
Yeah, man, you're great.
But they're hard to find now.
They're all right. It says that Testaverde game. Over and over.
That's it. Well, I had a smaller arc than John did, but I was in there plugging.
Hey, it was one of the greatest games ever.
Uh-huh.
I don't have any Christmas plans, man.
All right, we can get off that. What do you want to talk about today? It's your segment.
What?
We don't have to talk Christmas. What's on your mind today? It's your
Nothing.
segment.
I got nothing. I actually forgot.
Mm-hmm. That we were on today.
I forgot it was Friday.
Mm-hmm. Well, would you like... We don't have to do it. I mean, I don't know. I can query you about specific topics, or...
Yeah, man, hit me.
All right. Who are you voting for the presidency at this point?
Seriously?
Nor, those paddles they use in ER where they try to get the patient revived?
Yeah.
Think of me as using them on the interview right now.
No, I didn't know if you wanted me to do a joke or not.
No, I'm just trying to get some flow going.
I'm going to vote for Rudy Giuliani because even though I'm kind of, the only real issue I used to care about was abortion.
Right.
Now I really, I want the toughest guy.
Mm-hmm.
and he seems like a tough, rough and tumble character.
Right.
So I like him.
What side of the abortion thing did you come down on? Are you pro-choice or pro-life?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's kind of unpopular. I don't like saying it because it's unpopular.
All right, I'll keep you off that.
No, I'm very pro-life, but I just don't think a woman should have the right to choose to murder a baby.
Well, I think some of our listeners would be, because of the rambunctious nature of your performances and the fact that you seem, is it nihilistic or nihilistic? I don't quite know what that word is. They would be surprised to hear that you're so pro-life. It's quite endearing to see that facet of you. So.
Well, I love children so much, and I certainly wouldn't want to have it done to me.
Well, this interview doesn't pick up soon.
Well, you got me talking about abortion. Man.
I don't know. You call in. I'm trying to give you free rein. You say I got nothing, so I throw the presidency on the table, and that begat abortion. I don't know what to say, Norm. What?
No, let's get back to lighter fare.
Take me to any fair, for God's sakes. I don't care if I'm at the soup station, the salad station, or the dessert station. Just put something on the tray here.
Oh, hey.
Here we go.
I have a kind of a thing for homeless guys.
Oh, I know you do.
I kind of like to give them money, but I was putting in mind, like, one time when I was in New York, I lived in a walk-up, and there was no doorman, so you had to... It's a good theory. You had to walk up this thing where guys could beat you up and rape you. So once there was also a homeless guy that was standing outside, so I'd always give him whatever money I had, and then feel a little better about myself.
Right.
And one time I was coming home, and I got some Kentucky Fried Chicken,
Yes.
that I love, and I was coming home, and a homeless guy's there, so I go up, I give him some money, and I go up to my apartment, and I'm having some Kentucky Fried Chicken and Coca-Cola.
Right.
So I go, hey, I bet that homeless guy would like some. So I bring him down like 3 pieces. I had 7 pieces, so I brought him down 3, so I got 4 because I'm not a homeless guy, so right. I got the most. So I bring him down his 3 pieces and his Coke, right? And then I lock myself out of my apartment. I can't get in my apartment like an idiot. Right. So I have to phone a locksmith, and I'm freezing. It's middle of winter in New York. And I'm thinking about my delicious chicken up in the apartment, So I say to the homeless guy, I go, hey, man, give me a piece of chicken. And the guy goes, that's my chicken. Just get your own chicken, So he gets all mad all of a sudden.
No good deed goes unpunished. Norm, you always had the best homeless guy story. I remember you told me once that you said, I feel sorry for homeless guys, but I really feel sorry for the homeless guy's dog. Because the dog's thinking, wow, this is the longest walk I've ever been.
You remember that one?
Yeah, and then you used to say, hey, pal, I can do this on my own.
Oh, my God.
That was one of my favorite jokes.
That was a joke for my nightclub act.
Yeah, well, listen, I used to follow you around on the road. I was a bit of a Norm groupie. What are you eating now? Do I hear you taking something?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not professional.
No, but I'm just intrigued. What are you having?
No, it's not right, man.
No, but it's 8:43. What do you like to put in your pie hole?
I know, but you don't see that on This Week with George Will. No, what's it called?
This Week with George Stephanopoulos.
I'm eating a Tangelo. It's some sort of a damn hybrid of a fruit.
Right, and I remember it used to always be the Mixed Nuts Improv Troupe would stand up there and set up the proposition that they were a Tangelo and request a film genre. Somebody would say Peckinpah, and they would all go into slow motion, if I'm not mistaken. That was
That's called a Tangelo?
Yeah, so that was the fruit they would always give. When they'd say, give me a fruit, and people would say Tangelo to throw them off. And then they say, what's the Tangelo participating in? And they'd say, bowling. And then they'd pretend they were Tangelo holding a bowling ball out in front of them. And then they would say, alas, poor Uric, and they'd have a genre change. You remember that.
I know, but I did do improv once. I took an acting class.
Oh, God.
Man, that didn't go well.
How'd that go? What was that?
It was horrible. And, there was this one part where it was improv, and they said, like, just pick a something to do, And I couldn't think of anything. I later realized I would sweep up like every week. I I figure there's always a guy that sweeps up, in any situation.
Right.
But I couldn't think of anything for the life of me. That's my big problem with that improv. And a guy handed me something invisible, obviously, right? The other actor, and I just thought it was a grapefruit. I don't know why. It turned out to be a live child. I was like cutting it in half and pretending to put a cherry in the middle. It turned out to be an infant. So then he's like, "What are you doing, my baby?" I'm like, "Oh, come on, can it be a grapefruit?" Like, what's the difference, really?
Well, yeah, just as long as you affirmed. That's the main rule in improv. You always have to affirm. You never deny.
Oh, you don't?
No, that's the key to it, because it stops down the improv at that point.
Oh, did you ever do that?
I improv once, I think, with Lorne Michaels and John Lovitz, Denitra Vance, and Terry Sweeney. And to this day, if I think about it, I can break out in a cold sweat.
What, live on TV?
No, please, come on. Let's not get crazy. Lorne was trying to get me into the cast when I was on Saturday Night Live, so he used to take the studio space in Times Square near the Brill Building and ask us to improv together.
Oh, my God.
And I was like a firewall. The improv would fly around the room at a high rate of speed. It would hit me, and I was the death of improv. Just completely like Anton LaVey standing there. A dark prince, an inability to move it forward. So it would bounce back off me and go around the other way. And then Lovitz would always go and say, hey, you're the worst improver I've ever seen in my life. So that's my legacy at SNL.
Yeah, it does stiffen you up.
Oh, I can't do it, Norm. I have to be in control. You know that. And I've lost control of this interview, so I'm in a cold sweat right now. Now, what are you doing today? What do you got up? We've got around a minute left. You got anything planned today? What are you getting me for Christmas?
Oh, no, really?
Something.
I'll get you something, man. You like hats?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, it kind of ruined the surprise.
No. Just by telling me what it was, why would I wouldn't interpret anything. Now, listen, I understand you're coming on in the first part of the year while I continue. I'm going to pass a knotted cloth through my colon in the Andes somewhere at a health clinic. And
you're going to colonoscopy?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. I've had those.
Yeah, but I'm having mine done in the IMAX format by David Brashears. So it involves a little more Versed in the arm. But I understand you're going to host for a day. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be better than this, though.
No. Jeez, let's hope not. Because this has been Algonquinian. I love you, Norm. Merry Christmas. The Dennis Miller Show. Bye-bye. Welcome back, folks. Boy, that was tough work with Norm today. Huh?
Yeah, it is worth it.
Yeah, it was like pulling teeth, though.
Well,
Completely impacted.
I equated it to, sometimes horse race, Norm came out of the box super strong with the identity theft joke, and then like 3 gallops in, he just breaks down.
Right.
And they had to bring in that shield and put it around him and just put him down.
I'm the one who has to put him down. And I love Norm. I mean, he looked at... I don't need much prep work, but is Christian available now, or is he still on with Norm?
Now he's doing the good stuff?
Yeah.
Off the air with Christian.
Christian, put Norm back on. If he's still on. You have anything to add?
He's off now?
Okay.
All right.
Well, folks, we were supposed to be joined this segment by the great Norm Macdonald. What's that? What's that, Christian?
He's with us.
No way.
Norm!
Yeah, that's why. Are you making a joke? Because sometimes.
No, God forbid I do that. Let me read some of these tour dates off for Norm, by the way. And can I tell you, I've often said there's 5 guys on the planet I get up out of my chair and go pay my money to see. Nobody funnier than Norm Macdonald. He will be at Cobb's in San Francisco. That's a great venue up there. Jan 9 through 11. This is next year. Jan 9 through 11. Jan 17th, Richmond, BC. I've done that gig. That's a great one. January 22nd in Medicine Hat, Alberta. I've not been there. I think I toured once, and that was in between Brigadoon and Shangri-La, but I didn't make it over there. January 23rd, Regina, Saskatchewan. January 24th, Edmonton, Alberta. 25th, Grand Prairie, Alberta. And January 30 and 31, Raleigh, North Carolina. Do yourself a favor. This is a comic genius. Norm, the last time I talked to you were working with a puppet. Does that still hold true?
Why? They're not called puppets, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are they?
Ventriloquist dummies. And even that is a little empathetic. But
what would you what would you imagine they'd like to be called in a perfect
Well,
world?
I call them my friends.
Yes, of course.
My friends in the bag. Christian wanted me to do this, but I don't know where that bag is.
What were some of the puppets? Who was your rat pack in there?
I had my regular guy, Brad. He's just my buddy, you know. And then I got this old man, and I had trouble with him. He's too cranky.
Right.
And it turned out I don't even want to mention what he believed.
And weren't you also beginning to work with a young Chippewa girl?
Oh. No, that one was too expensive. I wish I could find my Richard Nixon doll, because now they have that Frost-Nixon debate.
Yes.
And I do have a Richard Nixon doll.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm calling him a doll, but he's somewhere. But I haven't even started working with him on the road because I'm not very good at it yet.
No. If you use the Nixon doll, you have to hold his arms up and have him say, "I am not a doll." And then you know what'll happen then? Oddly enough, as in Rosemary Woods Land, you'll be greeted by 17 and a half minutes of silence.
Man, that impression was, I would say that's about equal to Frank Langella's.
I thought it was pretty good.
No, I'm serious.
Thank you.
Frank Langella sucks.
As Dracula, no doubt. Now listen, where you been? You been on the road? You got any road antics for me? What's happening out there?
What, in the heartland?
Yeah, where you been? Some of these dates, you're getting out there into the tertiary markets, my friend.
Oh yeah, man. I play small nightclubs in the heartland.
I'll
tell you one thing, they love you.
Me?
Yeah, they're always like, when are you going to be a dentist next?
Wow, that's cool, man. I didn't know we were out there. I didn't even know I had an affiliate in Medicine Hat. Now, what do you do when you're up in Medicine Hat? You get off the stage at, 9:30? You're looking to cruise. Where do you go? To some bar where you buy drinks with pelts, or what's happening up there?
No, unfortunately, I don't drink, and I don't do any drugs, and I'm not promiscuous, so I don't do anything. I just go back to the hotel. I just basically, like, when you're on the road, other than the hour that you do stand-up, you know.
Yes, you lay dormant.
Well, you have the life of a drifter. So a lot of it's trying to find food. But you know what I found is, as I travel through the country...
Tell me, Mr. Sullivan.
And this might be, who knows, this might be profound.
Well, we'll write it down and analyze it.
But I was in this place called, I think it was called Malleyville, Iowa, you know.
Oh, sure.
So I noticed, like, the local comics, like, they'd get up and they go, "Hey man, I'm happy to be here. I just came from Wadsworth," and everyone would like, they'd laugh, you know. So I talked to the owner, and he's like, "Oh, those guys from Wadsworth, they're idiots," you know. It turned out Wadsworth was just about 18 miles down the road from Malleyville, Iowa, right?
Who's booking you, Harriet Tubman?
You're not letting me get to my profound point.
No, I'm just, for God's sakes, these places don't even exist.
Well, no, I'm actually making up these names.
What are you, at the Shady Rest this week?
No, I'm making up the names to protect the innocent.
All right.
And the guilty.
So get profound.
Yeah, I only have one profound thought every few years.
All
so
right.
The last thing I need is somebody, you know.
Interjecting.
No, I love interjecting. But listen, so I went on stage and I said, "Listen, folks, you know, you keep making fun of these fellas from Wadsworth down 18 miles down the road from you, pretending they're all stupid, and I'm sure they do the same for you, but you know, no one could be more alike than you guys, you know? And if there's any hope for the world..." Anyway, got no laugh.
Shocking.
Pretty well destroyed my set, you know, because they're yelling, "Wadsworth, why do you go for Wadsworth," you know? And but doesn't it show you something?
Yeah, sure.
How's the world going to get together if Malleyville
and Wadsworth can't even pull it together?
Yeah, it's not that profound.
That was the whole thing?
Hey, I saw Matlock.
Only you would refer to Andy Griffith as Matlock.
Well, I you know, I don't want to get too arcane. Yeah, his real name's Andy Griffith, but now he calls himself Ben Matlock.
Where'd you bump into him at?
He was at the airport, at the LAX.
You're kidding me. Now that would be a thrill for me.
Oh man, it was incredible because like I grew up watching the Andy Griffith Show, and then later when he changed his name to Ben Matlock.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there. So I see they have an Archie comic. I haven't seen Archie comics for years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm reading the Archie comic. He's reading a really big book, you know, like he's like you know, like real smart, you know. I guess.
Yeah, he's so, Andy Mayberry.
So I'm looking through my Archie book and my Archie comic, which I haven't seen in a long time. And it was actually a good one, like Jughead.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a job at Pop's Chocolate Shop.
Yeah.
And Jughead is he's kind of a never-do-well, for those of you who don't know him. And so it's kind of surprising to Archie and Reggie Mantle. Like, they're like, what? Jughead got a job,
Exactly.
Seems weird. He's like a short order cook at Pop's Chocolate Shop.
Yeah, he's like Screech with a squint.
Exactly.
And a crown.
So it turns out at the end they're like, Jughead, you never work. Like, you're just a bum, that likes hamburgers, likes to eat hamburgers. He says, yeah, that's right. And you know those big chef hats they wear?
Mm-hmm.
Jughead pulls his chef hat off. It's filled with hamburgers. So the only reason he got the job in the first place was so he could steal all these hamburgers from Pop's Chocolate Shop.
Well, they say that 90% of the heat in a human's body escapes through the head. So actually, to keep them in there is wise. It keeps the buns softened, like Pink's over at La Brea and Melrose. And by the way, I don't know if you've caught the new Archie, but Midge has to extend the restraining order on Moose from 30 to 50 feet. And call in Gavin DeBecker, because Moose evidently on some anabolics and a little crazy at this point.
Little handsy.
All right, Storm and Norman, it's good to talk to you, brother. Let me tick these off again real quickly. This is all in January of next year. 9/11, Cobb, San Francisco. 17th, Richmond, BC. 22nd, Medicine Hat, Alberta. 23rd, Regina, Saskatchewan. 24th, Edmonton, Alberta. 25th, Grand Prairie, Alberta. And the 30th and the 31st, Raleigh, North Carolina. And your story about Andy Griffith reminds me once that I, at LAX, at a luggage carousel, ran into the great Ray Ralston, my favorite Martian. And I asked him if he could pop the little antenna up. He hit me in the windpipe with a ridge hand. I still suffer thoracic damage from it. So I know what it's like to meet a hero like Andy Griffith. Norman, what do you got planned today? What are you going to do?
Well, I was going to tell you my Matlock story, but...
No, go ahead. Sorry. I've got time. Go ahead. Recount. I thought you had to go. Go ahead.
No, I remember I was telling you about how I met Andy Griffith.
Yes.
So he's reading this big book,
Oh, right,
so
that's it.
I say, I'll sidle up beside him and pretend to read a big book myself, and then we'll get in a discussion, right? Because I didn't want to just bug him,
That's how you meet people.
And I was hoping maybe he'd, by some crazy chance, maybe recognize me or something. So I stand beside him, and he's reading and everything like that, and I'm talking to him and everything. Anyways, turns out the guy's not Andy Griffith. Just an old man. So now I'm just talking to an old man who clearly is always mistaken for Andy Griffith, but uses it, because I'm like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and who would talk to an 85-year-old man? So this guy's just milking it,
Oh, Norman, I love you. I'll talk at you down the road. The Dennis Miller Show. We are joined now by comedian / ventriloquist, and I still see he's acting, as I see a listing here on the sheet that he will be appearing in Adam Sandler's new movie, Funny People, currently in production. That sounds like a fun shoot. I wish I was on that one. Norm Macdonald, welcome to the show, Norm.
Hey, Dennis, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Norman. Where are you guys shooting Funny People at, and are you having fun with it?
Oh, yeah, man, we're having a riot. I play a stand-up comedian.
Wow, you're kidding me. What's the movie about? Stand-ups in general?
Yeah, it's about stand-ups and how they're actually sad or something like that.
Where's the shoot taking place? Los Angeles?
They just pick me up in a car and I get out.
All right. It's somewhere in this time-space continuum, though, right?
Yeah.
All right. I just I wanted to be sure. Who's in it besides you and Adam? Any other comedians?
Sarah Silverman, the great David Tell.
Oh.
So it's chock full of
chock-a-block, as they say.
Bad actors.
You snuck one in on me there, Norman. Now, what are you doing for are you a big holiday guy? How do you help the human condition around the holidays? Do you do charity work, or do you just get out there and be Norm? Is that enough for the world?
Well, no. Every year I go down to the Laugh Factory. The great Jamie Masada has a Christmas thing where he opens the doors of the Laugh Factory to the homeless. So I go out there with Freddie Stoller, and we ladle out some gravy and turkey and
have you ever had a homeless guy in the middle of his set and you've come in and bumped him because you were on network television?
No, they don't do sets.
Oh.
No, we give food to the home. Actually, John Lovitz is going to be doing a set this year, so it's not entirely free, but everything has its price.
Guys out there, homeless people doing the 20-second injury timeout gesture. Hey, enough, liar. I'm trying to have some giblets over here, okay? Can you lighten up?
Jamie wanted to tell me also that this year sex offenders are